That music gets me every single time. I love doing cool little intros that I think are specific to the guests we have. And we have Rusty Moore here. I'll talk to you about what he does in a second here. But Rusty, did you know that music was actually the original scoring for the opening, I'm not a golfer, like opening scenes, opening day of the Arnold Palmer Invitational back when it started?
No.
Like that was like the actual song they had selected. And it's supposed to be a huge parade. He would come out and everything. But they canceled it after the second running of it because like, there was some kind of like alligator incident or something.
That would have been when it was at Rio Pinar, not even at Bay Hill yet.
Well,
the beginning of it was at that trash course over there.
Really?
Yeah.
See, you know more than I do about this. So, hello, my name is Dan Pacheco, the host of the most number one podcast out there because it's called We're Number One, currently ranked number 643,000 on Spotify's most popular podcasts. Trending. And today, like I mentioned, I'm joined by the phenomenal Rusty Moore with ADT. But you do ADT differently. And again, we'll get into that in just a little bit here. But Rusty, dude, thanks for being on the show, man.
Dude, thanks for having me.
Like, for real. One cool thing about you, one of the cool things is that you were actually one of the first vendors that I ran into in the industry when I was like localized, focused in real estate. It was a rainy evening, Aaron Luden event, which I guess those are trending now, rainy Aaron events, at El Buddha. It was a really classy restaurant on Church Street. It was like an Asian Mexican fusion.
I do remember that.
And you were, I think, the first person I met there, and you've been an OG since then, man.
No offense, but I met,
I met RTR that night too.
I did meet RTR. I was going to say I met Ron that night.
That was the first time you guys met? Yeah. Really?
And he told me, he goes, ADT's trash. Yeah. I'm never going to use you guys. Just leave me alone. And I worked him for so many, 3 years.
Okay.
To him to actually use me one time. I'd be driving. There's a place, I think it might be on Summerlin, and he rarely sells downtown. And I'm driving and I see his sign. It's Remax, whatever.
Right.
And I run up, take a selfie with it. And then one of Aaron's events, I stole, how Aaron prints out the magazine, like the cover. I stole it. And I sent a picture of it with my wife in the Uber on the way home. And Ron's pissed. He's like, the next day, he's like, motherfucker, that better go back. And I'm like, dude, calm down. Like, I'll bring it to you.
Right.
And I did. But I literally it took me 3 years to work that guy. Like,
that's incredible. Like, that's actually kind of a cool, like,
that's a great night. I met you and I met Ron that night.
That's so weird because I think Ron liked me that night. And then since then it has taken a different trajectory, but he was like, hey, he was really animated. I don't think I've seen him smile since then. It's really interesting.
Ron likes you. He calls you Wolf Boy, but he does like you.
He calls me another Wolf B word, I think.
No,
but it's fun though. Like,
I don't think so.
Okay. Well, well, anyway.
Whoa, yeah, hold on.
But no, like, I mean, like, I love like the different energies in the industry because it makes it creative, makes it fun, makes it fucking cool, right? It's what's up. I was with Paul Massey the other day with Samaritan, and we were talking about that real estate in Orlando should 100% be a reality show. It has to be.
No, but we need to have actors for the people. So it wouldn't be really a reality show. So we sat there on the couch talking for about 30 minutes. We did, and I don't remember.
Who's playing Rusty, man? Be like a Chris Pratt.
No, Paul calls me. He calls me Marty Bird. Anytime I dress up and I put a collared shirt on, he calls me Marty Bird. So I think that maybe Jason Bateman might play me. I don't know, but he'd be grayer.
I could see some of. Like as far as like the personality wise of it goes, I could see that happening there. I met Paul Massey that night too. Yep. That was such a crazy Yeah, that was a crazy ass night.
Yeah, it's a
El Buddha, God rest in peace. But the friendship stayed on.
Is it out of business?
I think it went out of business that week. I mean, what a weird concept it was. But yeah, man. So you're with ADT. Okay. Now, again, for those of you that are watching, for those of you that are listening, please stay on because Rusty is actually, again, kind of like almost a polite middle finger to the rest of the industry and how he does it. Right. So when others are knocking on the door, calling you like crazy, you're not. How do you sustain ADT? You own a local franchise. I mean, tell me a little bit how you built that shit because it's amazing, seriously.
Yeah. So I've had my dealership, franchise, I guess dealership would be the word with ADT, for 12 years. That's all I've done. I've had 3 jobs. Sold Christmas trees in high school. I played professional baseball, and then I slanged ADT. So that's pretty much the only 3 things I can do. So what I've learned is, and just dealing with the real estate industry, is the stigma of ADT is it's trash.
Sure.
They are stalkers. I hate public speaking. I've told you this before. If I'll go into a room and I do not want to talk, like I shake, like one-on-one I'm fine, 3, 4, 5, anything above that I shake. So I'll go into a room with 15, 20, 100 agents. And I'm like, hey, I'm Rusty with ADT. And they're just rolling their eyes like, get this guy, get the fuck out of here. And I'm like, hey, raise your hand if you have more than one ADT person blocked in your phone. And that's how it breaks the ice.
That creates the bridge
there.
But
then I tell them, like, the rule is if you don't have at least two, you're not successful enough in real estate. So what I learned is that dealing with real estate agents is that they can't stand the ADT stalker, right?
Right.
They have a closing and it's text, it's calls, it's email. Right. It is relentless. Like Ron, because he does $100 million by himself every year, he sends me texts every day of every agent that are reaching out to him. Hey, this is blah, blah, blah. I want to give you a gift card. So what I tried to do was add value to the real estate agent, and we wanted to take out the salesy part of it. So the new program that we just launched is built around that.
Which is really cool. And I want to get into that too, for sure.
So what we did, we spent over $1 million in technology with Salesforce, with our app, where we eliminated the salesperson completely out of the equation. So when we do that and we get rid of that salesperson, guess what? We can give more equipment because we're not paying a $500 commission to a rep. So like our newest, the realtor program that I'm in charge of now, is the real estate agent gets a customized, well, we have an app, they get a customized link that they can send their clients.
Sure.
The client clicks on the link and then all the packages are there. They pick whatever package they like, and like I said, with the most equipment. So because we eliminated that salesperson, we're doing a free, fully automated smart home. It is Google doorbell, smart door lock, smart garage door, the full security system, free. If they go on ADT.com, depending on the day and the promotion, it's $1,000 to $1,200 out of pocket. They're getting it free for working with that realtor, right?
That's fucking bananas,
so,
man.
And they buy it from there. They click on it. It goes into our Salesforce. It picks the next available technician. When do you want to schedule? They schedule. Boom. No one screws with them. Because what I tell the agents, if you fucking think these ADT people are annoying when they call you and email you, what do you think they're going to do to your client when they can actually make a sale, right?
Of course.
When they can they are awful. And it's a poor reflection of the agent. Like, you referred this person that called me 30 times.
Right.
So now we just put it in the consumer's hands, right? If they want it, they're going to get the biggest package that's ever been known to man. Other side of that, the realtor gets $300 per referral, which is the highest in the industry. It's all that we built the Uber Eats of ADT, right?
So, I like that. Uber Eats of ADT.
So when you when Dan Pacheco refers someone over, it goes into the app. You can see Dan Pacheco, his client, whoever it is, John Smith, bought the system, had it installed, and then you can get paid direct deposit right on the app. It's like Venmo, just cashing out.
Which, by the way, if you're interested in finding this or getting this your own, profile set up, click the QR code that is smacking me in the face right now. I'm sure Justin will be able to hit it in post. We'll have flashed it up a few times here because, trust me, seriously, I mean, and one thing that it's amazing. One thing I love about this is that you said it, right? The ADT reps have not done a great job of, accumulating a positive reputation in the lives of the agents. Well, guess what, agents? Same thing goes for you in the lives of your customers, right? Realtors, you just drop the R.
I know.
Realtors, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, like are ranked like number, just like right above car salesperson as far as what they're, are they trustworthy professionals? And of course, you work with I get to work with a lot of agents that are like the best in class, right? That are constantly redefining what that is, just like you did too there. And, and that's what you have to do, is you have to create that bridge saying, yeah, I know we fucking suck for the majority of it, right? Yep. However, I am a little bit different, and here's what I can offer you to benefit you, right? That's what you've done. That's what you've done really successfully. In fact, so successfully, you're the only vendor for right now that I have tattooed on my entire body, like my body right here.
We're going to get to that
early. I have a Rusty Moore tattoo. It's his actual face, like a caricature, like a baseball card size right here. I'm just kidding, it's on his face, but I have your hashtag, a former hashtag.
It's a form. So this
would now get both of us sued if we showed it on camera.
It was refer ADT because that was my Instagram handle name before ADT shut down any ADT
because you were
names.
So hot with it, right?
Yeah, and they just like, hey, you can't have ADT in your actual Instagram name. And it was like 3 days after you got the tattoo, and I'm like, holy shit!
What are tattoos for? But to reflect on those fun times. I don't regret it. It's a good time still. It's a good story.
Before we lose anyone that pops off, I don't think they would leave us right now because we're hot.
Well, when I say Dan's tattoo, my body, people tend to go, the numbers go down.
No.
They trust me. I've looked at the algorithm.
Other side of this program, real quick, this ADT program. So on the app, you can just press a button. You can refer a client, right? So you have a client that needs ADT. Other side of that, we built a little multi-level marketing. Little
MLM. Who doesn't love a good MLM?
Who doesn't like passive income, right?
Have you ever been curious about passive income?
Like, let me tell you about essential oils.
Exactly.
Anyway, you can refer other agents. So if you're happy with the program, you can refer other agents. One click of a button, refer agent. You refer an agent, you make $50 of every referral they ever give us, ever.
Sick.
Yeah, I mean, I had someone with a different brokerage sign up 68 people in one day. Okay.
Shit.
Yeah, they're gonna make they're gonna make $500, $700, $1,000 a month for doing shit. Okay,
That's
just because they're passing along the best program ever invented.
Right. The Uber Eats of home security.
The Amway. Now it's the Amway. Amway ADT because we're multi-level.
Yes, Amway ADT, man. I mean, again, we're proud to bring you this good stuff on the show here for sure, man. So talk to me. I mean, is that it for that? I mean, have you stuck the landing? I mean, is there more? I mean, how do you scale this, Rusty? Like, is it just more people using this, or is this just the beginning of the conglomerate of ADT fueled by Rusty Moore?
Yes, the answer is that. I have been lucky enough to build relationships here in Orlando with some of the best people like yourself that can get me in front of a lot of people, right? So this is a nationwide program. We're in 44 states. So
that's all of them too.
We're in every one that you're going to need an alarm, right? Like we're not in North Dakota, South Dakota, like Wyoming, but we're in the ones that you could get broken into.
Right.
The goal is to scale this to be the #1 real estate program for ADT in the country, and I'm in charge of it. And this is my job to network more, and that's what I'm
proud of you, friend.
That's
awesome.
That's what I'm good at.
I'm seriously proud of you for that.
I appreciate it.
Let's talk about that in a different context here. So, okay, let's go back to that faithful night at El Buddha or La Buddha, whatever the hell it was, right? I mean, you talk about meeting a lot of people and, how things, evolve. I can think of, not personally, but just think of relationships in the industry that don't last more than a year, 2 years, 3 years, partnerships, friendships, whatever you want to call it within the real estate, confinement here. You've done a really great job of staying good in the hearts of like a lot of people that those people may not be cool with each other anymore, but Rusty still is like the glue between everybody. How do you sustain that and like stay, Rusty Moore in this industry, man, when things change like that?
Well, I didn't win Connector of the Year this year. I don't know if I don't know if I was working hard enough, but real estate in Orlando is a lot like being in high school. And you just have to manage. People are going to, they're out too late. They're doing stuff they're not supposed to do. People are getting mad at other people. Yeah. I've been blessed that I'm always home by 3 p.m. Like when we met that night. Yeah, that's a full moon. In a wolf. I only go out for errands events at night. Like that's the only event I would go out for. So I've been lucky enough just to build the relationships during the day, and I think there might be some.
And you avoid.
I think there's some value of. I never thought about that until now.
That's actually a great point, Rusty. Mm-hmm. I mean,
I avoid the shit show.
People are slipping fun during the day,
and then I wake up and I get the text about what happened,
or you see the post, or I mean, there's some. I mean, we could, but I don't want to go there. Like, there's a lot of crazy shit that I saw like after the award night of like people like quoting people. I think when they were drunk, and be like, "Girl, you better not say that again." Like on their fucking stories, and holy shit, I'm screenshotting. I mean, I don't like to get involved in the drama of stuff, but sometimes, I mean, depending on who the person is, it is kind of interesting to watch.
It's let's just talk about a fucking reality show. So listen to this shit. So we have fantasy football, our league. It's a big time league, $1,000 buy-in. Man. I don't have that kind of money. I don't have mortgage money. So me and Paul Massey split this team, right?
Okay.
Round the realtors in it, Vic DeVore's in it, people that we know in the industry, and there's some randos in it. So this is crazy. I was going to tell you, it's all about, I'm trying to get healthier. Okay. Because this thing like shocked me to my core, but it's still a great story at the same time. So it's like double whammy. So we're driving down the road, headed to the fantasy draft. We're late. Okay. It's at Ron's house. He's pissed. He's got wings. He's got all this shit. And so we're in Paul's trash Shelby F-150. It breaks down like it's brand new. Breaks down like every week. It's terrible. Damn. So anyway, we get a call from this agent who's also in the league. Okay. And he said, "Hey, it's 7 p.m. Now he'd been on a bender all day. Like we knew he was drinking red wine at like 11 a.m. And this is a 7 p.m. It's a 7 p.m. draft.
Okay, like,
it's aggressive.
That's
And he goes, "Hey, I think I'm having a heart attack. I'm at your house. I think I'm having a heart attack." And we're like, "Get the fuck. Hey, this guy's 44 years old and doesn't look like in awful shape." You're like, but good agent. Well, probably a 10, 12, $14 million agent.
Okay.
And so like, you're not. So Ron's wife used to be a nurse. And you don't need to work when you're Ron's wife now.
Right.
So she goes over, does like an EKG on him. He's 131/80. It's like, you're not having a heart attack. So we get there, we have the draft. He's bombed out of his tree. We play poker after. It lasts forever. It's like 3 a.m. I end up leaving, go home, get my Uber, and Ron hears this guy had also broke his ankle. Okay, walking home from a bar, a compound fracture. Okay,
shit, that's a serious ass fracture.
At 3 in the morning, gets stuck in a drainage ditch. We knew the day, and we knew when it kind of happened. So I went to Vic. I said, "Hey, Vic," I said, "I need you to pull this 911 call." I'm like, "Can you do it?" Vic fucking knows everything. Like he's hurricane man right now. The guy lives for this.
Sure.
Orange County, 24 hours later, we have the 911 call. It's 911. What's your emergency? Just screaming.
You have the audio?
Oh yeah. I'm not going to play it, but we have it. So what we all did was we changed his ringtone to that screaming, the 911 call. So we're at Paul's house having a different part of this, but we're at Ron's birthday, and he goes, "Hey, I can't find my phone on purpose." I'm like, "Oh, let me call it, Ron." And we call it right in front of the guy. Fucking pissed. Just storms out.
So this is when he's having the heart.
This is like
a totally different time.
This is a month before the heart attack.
Okay.
So now all of our phones are programmed in
with him blood screaming, bones popping through the skin.
He sleeps at Ron's house. Okay. Pukes everywhere.
This is the fantasy night.
Yeah, he was on double secret probation from Ron's wife. Ron's wife hates him. Like he's like, "You're."
Well, that's out now. She's one of the viewers of this show. By the way,
you're a mess. If you got to be good. No, he ends up puking. Then he's screaming for help. He's actually having a heart attack.
He's actually having a heart attack.
This is now at like 4 a.m.
So
at fancy night, right?
What the fuck?
So but he's yelling for Ron from the, Ron has a big old house, right? He's yelling for Ron. Ron thinks he's calling him because it's him screaming. So this guy calls his wife, and then the wife ends up calling 911. He ends up going home and then calling an ambulance. Full blown heart attack.
No, so did you guys
5 stints?
Is he okay now?
He's alive.
He's alive.
Yeah.
Did you guys pull that 911 call too? Is it the new ringtone?
We have not got that one yet. We'll work on that.
Shit, man.
So the doctor told me, you need to calm down, right? You need to get better, get well.
Yeah.
So me and Paul bought him a cat. Cuckles the cat.
Cuckles?
Cuckles the cat.
You named it that?
Well, me and Paul as a joint venture, but we got him a cat to make him feel a little better about.
Cats do it, man. Actually, like I couldn't one. Holy shit, that's a fucking crazy story. I mean, that's like the most fucked up like Boy Who Cried Wolf, like modern time thing. Like
Ron
that's
laughing.
That's fucking nuts. He's literally laughing at a dude like dying in his house, but he didn't know. He thought it was a ringtone.
100%.
Holy shit. Yeah. But yeah, man, cats. I mean, so talk to me about what you know about cats, Rusty.
I don't know shit about cats. Zero. I hate cats.
I'm not a cat person. I said that too. I used to hate cats, dog for life, right? And then I got a cat, and I'm allergic to cats. I thought this was like the worst decision ever. I fucking love that thing.
Really?
Greets me at my front door. Like as soon as I come home from work, like the purrs are apparently like naturally this like a healing frequency in some shit. Like the therapies that they use at hospitals, like actual Orlando Health and shit, are the same frequencies of cat purrs. It's like you, Rusty Moore, and Paul Massey might have literally saved this man's life with Cuckles.
With Cuckles the cat.
With Cuckles the cat. It's a
family.
It's a family name. Yeah, family name. Yeah, that's wonderful, man. So let's talk real quick about some golf. All right. Okay. So I mean, those are some of the things in where you and I extended our bond over. Top Golf, awesome. You were the first that I knew of in the industry to kind of make that move as far as, hey, we're referral partners, come use my cool shit here. Now everybody's doing it, right? Of course, that's where you evolved. But golf is something that you still do. It's something that's near and dear to your heart. I remember the story of the Arnold Palmer thing, right? So talk to me a little bit about golf. What's it mean to you and all that cool shit, man?
It means I can gamble.
Okay.
And I can get my competitive juices flowing. So,
what better way?
Professional baseball it's a tough racket, right?
How long were you in that?
Not long enough. Anyone that wants to Google that shit, you'll figure that out. Anyway, my brother played professional baseball for 5 years. He was drafted out of Dr. Phillips High School. Okay. I went to Bethune-Cookman. Well, I went to Austin Peay for 2 years, and then I transferred to Bethune-Cookman.
Okay.
Yeah. HBCU. I was rocking it.
Super dope.
Yeah. Got drafted there, and then they quickly told me, you suck. So when they cut you, they bring you in. So you go into spring training the year after you play, right? And they bring you in, and how they cut you. This is the worst way to get fired, by the way. They tell you.
Was it a cake? That says
no,
you're fired.
You know what? No, they told me that you are not worth the price of admission.
Boom!
People will not pay to watch you play, and that's how we base everything on.
Ow!
Seriously.
That's like this is a shot to the fucking liver right there.
Oh man.
Damn.
Yeah. It was bullshit.
Why do they have to say it like that?
Yeah. And I literally walked out, and there's when you're playing professional baseball, there's other like independent league teams that are not affiliated with major league teams.
Sure.
And when you get out, like it's like I don't want to say that.
Say it.
It's like an EXP at a recruiting event.
Oh yeah. So like when one's free agent, they go, oh, we want you.
It's just boom, 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 and they're like, hey, we come here, and I just give everyone the finger, and I tie
what I do at EXP events.
And I had sold ADT in the off season for my brother. He owned an ADT franchise, so I said, fuck it, I can go. I'm 22 years old. I can go make 80 grand right now.
Right.
And this was 2002, and I was like, I'm in. And I just left, and I flew out that night, and I never looked back.
Never looked back. Yeah. You're still in that fight, man.
And now if I like go to try to play, like people want me to play softball, and I just pull my hamstring every time we do it. So I just quit. Or I'll
think they've got like the hook. Go, we got Rusty fucking more football with us.
It's embarrassing. So I just stopped doing it. But getting back to your question, golf was the thing I could get into that you can get the juices flowing, compete, talk shit.
Right.
You know, it is, and it's the best sport when you're just for business. You know, I can't tell you how many connections that I've made on the golf course.
I mean, they say like the green, or the green is like the the new boardroom kind of thing.
It's great.
I mean, I think I've done a really good job of getting you in trouble with the golf. What is it? It's not a golf club, right? It's the what do you call the whole thing? The club, the
member,
club.
the golf club.
Yeah. I mean, listen. I wasn't raised in a pottery barn. Okay, so I don't know how to play golf that well. For me, it's a time to let loose with friends. And again, I think I got a letter written to you about me one time. I think it was Bella Colina.
Yes, it was you, and then even worse than you, Joe Takis. So I will drop a name
here.
Joe
was worse than. Let me tell, because I've been carrying a little bit of that heavy heart. I'm like, okay, this is obviously why I don't get any more of these fun invitations anymore, and I get it.
No, I can't have the events anymore. That's not you. I just can't have them.
I was a founding father in that, though, right?
So Joe thinks it's a great idea. So we're with the core group, and we're out there with Urban Young and some other guys. Okay. It wasn't like even a big event. We just did like 3 foursomes, and I let them play behind me. And he decides to tee up his golf ball on top of a bottle of, I have the video, on top of a bottle of champagne.
Total Takis.
So it's slow. So there's members playing behind him that film it. He tees it up. He's not very good at golf. He shatters the whole bottle on the tee box. So I get a call from the head pro or a text. He's like, dude, you got people out there doing that? He's like, these people are banned for life. And the other guy who got banned ended up selling in there for dream finders, which was kind of funny at the same time.
Shit.
Ardavan. Yeah. I'm like, boys, I'm like, you're a reflection of me if you're here.
Right.
Like, what's, I was like, okay.
I mean, I don't think I was that bad. I mean, I remember I changed clothes on the green because my buddy needed a shirt and was like, well, I have my shirt, right? And I think I did like shorts at one time too. And then the last one I remember, I think this was the last time I went out golfing with you. I was driving the golf cart, right? And I mean, for me, it's all green. I don't know where you can drive, where you can't drive. Okay, that's just like it's a flaw in my beautiful system here. But I remember going, and I think I found the only cliff in Central Florida, and it was like right there. I don't know what hole it was, but it was on the way back to the clubhouse. And it was, and at one point I had stopped it. I had the wherewithal to stop. And Rusty, I swear to God, I was like, I think I can make this. And it would have been like a straight, like probably like my 12 foot down. There's no way that thing would have rolled. I would have probably died. But thankfully a family was behind me, and I said, boys, could you mind help me get me out of this? And they helped reverse it and everything. But I'm pretty sure that they were the boys in khaki.
Over under, how many golf carts do you think I flipped in my career?
Oh shit. Yeah. I'm gonna go with I'll go with logo 6.
7.
7.
Yeah.
7.
It's been a hot minute, and usually if I play golf,
so my
close.
I'm on the trajectory of owning my own ADT franchise. That's what you're saying.
It's been a while, and when I play people for the first time and I'm driving, I say, hey, full disclosure, I flipped 7 golf carts. Like,
I feel so good with my decision right with you.
And you know what? And shockingly, I didn't flip one of Bella, and it's super undulated there.
It's ridiculous. Undulated, good word. Yeah, it's very dangerous.
My best one, I'm in Pennsylvania playing I don't know what I was up there. Family's up there, but I'm 3 under. I'm playing lights out.
Okay.
I go over this. I've never played this course before. I go over this hill.
Okay.
And I'm playing with these 2 randos. Never met them. I go over the hill. It's straight downhill into a stream into woods. And you got to make the decision. You're like, all right, am I going to take it straight on?
Yeah.
Am I going to jump out,
right.
or am I going to jerk it and flip it?
You always jerk it.
I jerked it and flipped it. And I hoofed. I grabbed my shit. The whole cart was mangled. Grabbed my shit, walked in, got on a payphone.
Yeah. Okay.
Called my dad. And I said, you're going to have to come get me. I think I was 19 years old. You're going to have to come get me. I have another one, worse one than that. In Claremont, we're on the top of this bunker.
Okay.
My buddy is a car sales guy. And I go to reverse. The whole cart flips backwards. We are in that of it undulated.
Oh,
and
shit.
I'm just like, oh, I'm too close to you because I can't swing.
Right.
And I go, oh, back up. The whole cart landed. So, I've been talking about those poles could have went through your neck and killed you.
No shit.
And same thing. We wiped that cart down. We were never here, boys. We're gone.
Holy shit.
I was like 20 then.
Well, see, I don't feel so bad about it. This is actually a healing interview for me. Normally, I'm the one that's doing the healing. You're healing me right now, saying, Dan, it's all right, buddy.
We also had a broker come to that event that I paid for.
I know who you're talking about.
And he came with a t-shirt.
Yeah.
And I had to go buy him a $90 polo.
Oh, that's an expense.
Yeah. And I played golf with a guy like 3 weeks earlier, and he was wearing a shirt, like a collared shirt.
What's it do?
Trash.
Well, speaking of golf, I want to introduce this segment to you, okay?
Yes.
And so this segment is called, That's Not the Hole.
Okay. I was wondering where you're leading this golf thing. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And so I want to name off some absurd, maybe they aren't real golf courses. And if you think they're fake, then you say, Dan, that's not the hole. All right.
Okay.
If you think it's real, then you say, Dan, that is the hole. All right.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
So this is about golf. All right, and this is going to be great for those that are just listening to this too. All right, Rusty Moore. So, hole, not the hole. Let's see. Palmetto Promenade.
Dan, that's the hole.
That's not the hole.
It's not?
That's not the hole. Prison View Golf Club.
Can I phone Vic?
No.
I'm going to say that's the hole.
That's the hole.
No shit.
That's the hole.
Where's that at? Does it say?
That is going to be Angola, Louisiana. Prison View. Like you literally seeing a prison is like the thing there.
Vic DeVore, I'm going to need confirmation on that if you've ever seen that.
Next we're going to go with Furnace Creek Golf Course.
That's the hole.
That's the hole. Yep,
Yeah.
Death Valley. Kissing Camels.
That's not the hole.
It's a hole. It's the fucking hole, man.
Wow.
Right in there. It's Garden of the Gods adjacent in Colorado Springs, Colorado.
Jeez.
Whispering Trout.
That's not the hole.
Not the hole. That's
No.
correct. That's correct. Next, last one here is going to be La Jenny.
How do you spell Jenny?
You spell it like Jenny, Jenny, La Jenny.
That's the hole.
That's the hole. And this was a
that
special one. This is in France.
Okay.
It's a completely nude golf course, La Jenny. So I'm sure you and Vic will be playing, swinging some clubs, there.
Oh boy.
But thanks for playing That Was the Hole with me. You got most of the holes there, Rusty. That was fantastic. Let's flip this into a more sentimental thing. One more thing on the golf side of it, right? So you treat a certain select group, just whoever wants to, whoever can, right?
Mm-hmm.
Each year at the Arnold Palmer Invitational, right? I was able to go to that. It was a great time. Seriously, like that was like the coolest golf.
We got kicked out this year.
You got kicked out this, and then that
First time ever.
and that was Dan Pacheco was not there. I was not a part of that.
We got booted. Hold on. So let me get. So I don't want to interrupt you.
Please.
But so we come in through my buddy's house, right? So we always put those coolers over there.
Yep, I know the whole deal.
So we're walking in and coming over the fence, and we all have tickets on our phones, right? But we don't want to. Kind of. But we don't want to walk through security.
Sure. And
one of the realtors has my Yeti soft cooler on their shoulder. But it's such a far. I said, you know what? We're so lazy. I said, it's a far walk back, like 180 feet. I go, just put it back behind that tree. Puts it behind the tree. Someone calls it as a potential bomb.
No,
yes.
Get the hell out.
So this guy rolls up on us, the security, like guy was like just a rent-a-cop city.
He showed up that day for work.
We saw him. We saw him come behind us, but the golfers are on the green, so he couldn't say anything for the time being. And we have like 50 empty White Claws underneath us. And he goes, well, I can tell. He goes, excuse me, sir. I'm like, yeah. I mean, I knew we were getting tossed.
Yeah.
He's like, I can tell by your chair that you came in illegally. I'm like, what does that mean? And I
sir, are you profiling me?
I thought
are you fucking profiling me?
I thought he meant the 50 White Claws. Yeah. No, he didn't. He's like, no, you can't have aluminum chairs in here. I'm like, well, that's what I'm getting in trouble for.
Aluminum chairs.
Yeah. And I'm like, oh, okay. And anyway, he's like, you can play it this way, or I'll get the people in uniform over here right now. Like, bro, we're out. Okay, so we ended up getting kicked out, and it wasn't a wolf thing either.
No,
so,
man. Yeah. No, I want to go back for a moment here and imagine being that security guard on the scene. He thinks that there's a bomb over here, right? But because it's where he chose to do security, he can't say anything. This is like a whole like movie playing up in his head, like, oh God, there's a fucking bomb. I can't say anything though. Like imagine like that's like such a drama to go through.
He stole my cooler.
He stole it?
He took it. He said, I'm confiscating this. I'm like, well,
what a son of a bitch.
Yeah. It was like $180 soft Yeti. I'm like, well, all right.
Well, listen, we amass a huge popular audience on this show. I mean, there's dozens of people that are not listening to us. We have 6 that actually do. If you're one of the 6 that listen to the show or watch this show, please put it out there. That guy, what time of day was this roughly?
Noon.
What hole was it?
11.
11 o'clock, noon-ish. Okay.
No, 11th green.
11th green, noon. Okay. If you know who that security guard was, please report it to the show. All right, just DM us. But we're going to get that. I'm going to say
all
today
right,
we're getting that back.
Go back.
We're getting it back. It's a sweet thing to you, right? I mean, this is something that you kind of grew up doing, and I didn't realize how special it was to you. And it was really cool that you extended that. So, what's it mean?
So, growing up in Dr. Phillips, I went to Dr. Phillips Elementary. My mom was a crossing guard at Dr. Phillips Elementary. Awesome. She got hit by a car.
No shit.
Yeah, got hit by a car. Got up. Terry, don't fuck around. She gets up. Remember? So, like, you had those stop poles, like the like vinyl and wooden. She gets up and just starts beating the hood of this car.
No, was it a slow bump?
It knocked her down, but it was she was fine. And my mom's a beast. She gets up and starts beating the shit out of the hood. The guy just drives off.
Damn.
It was great. Yeah, she was OG, or she is. Anyway,
that's awesome.
So my parents would let me go. I think starting at 7 or 8 years old, I get to skip school on Thursday and Friday, and I get to go out. And at Bay Hill, number 11, it's like the furthest spot away from the clubhouse. So we went out there, and there's no one there. I'm like, this is great. Unless like you're following Tiger or Phil or somebody.
Right.
There's no one there. So I'm like, this is great. So we just go out there and be like 3 people in the green. And so I was lucky enough to have a family friend, somebody I coached their kid in Little League, and he lives there on that hole. And we've just kept it going. But I went every year besides when I was playing pro ball or I was playing college ball. I went every single year. And agents love it. Like,
yeah,
I think we're going to have to be like legit this year and like really buy tickets and shit.
Because now that the goose has been cooked, can you talk about how you strategize it, or do you want to still keep that?
I don't care. No. So now they're digital tickets, right? Okay. So I just buy one.
Right.
And I bring in 16 people and I send a screenshot to all 16 people.
Yeah.
And I'm like, hey, here's your ticket if anyone stops you.
Right.
And they're like, okay. So we just did that. We walk in from my buddy's house. We have the coolers, the public sub set up. Like,
it's legit.
It was legit. Now, like, it's going to be expensive.
Now it's like, there's going to be 4 of you that come with me.
Yeah. Well, the vendors were in it for like $75 each. And now it's going to be like, you're in it for $500. Shit, it is what it is. Like, we actually have to be street legal these days.
Right.
But anyway, yeah. So I love taking people out there. It's great. You get to grab somebody's ear for 8 to 10 hours.
Yeah.
What I did learn, these realtors get too drunk.
Dude, they do. They
toast
it up way too fast.
Too loud. Yeah. They have no golf etiquette. They talk. They get yelled at, and we're out there bootleg with no tickets.
Right. I'm like, it's precarious.
So I end up being like the fucking babysitter.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to get booted.
Right.
Which we did.
Right.
But yeah, no. So I love. I mean, I'm a Dr. Phillips guy. I don't live in Dr. Phillips anymore, but I love being over there. I love that tournament. I love playing the course. One of my best friends is a member. I play it whenever I can. I love everything about that place.
And I think that's one of the coolest things about you, Rusty. Seriously, I mean, we're kind of boiling this down to the bullet point here. Is how you've been able to sustain, and keep good with so many people over the years. Is that I mean, you can be loud, you can be wild, you can talk shit, you have the best of times with the best of people, but there's still that fundamental side of you that's like that kind of like sentimental, like just like you're a pure ass dude, man. Like you're a good person, man.
No,
I
appreciate
like
it,
legit, and it's really cool to be able to work with you and stuff. And again, if you're just tuning into this, please make sure you check out everything that you've got going. We're flashing that QR code right here again, smacking me in the face. Seriously, it's going to be meaning a lot to you. So just a few last questions before we wrap this up here. Talk to me a little bit about, when we're going to go back to security here. What made you think to stand out in the ways that you did? Like, so what made you really want to double down on the referral side, really treat the agents super duper duper well, as opposed to just, again, giving them a gift card or, because you do a lot for them.
So it's relationship oriented, right? If an agent refers you over, it's usually worth its weight in gold, right? Mm-hmm. Those people trusted you to get their biggest investment ever, And I also found out that real estate's pretty fun. Like you guys are fucking crazy, right? So it was a nice mix just to get in there.
Right.
I give Aaron the credit. He said, hey, man, you got to build value for these people. He's like, you're dealing with the best of the best. He's like, they don't need a $200 gift card.
Right.
What they need is, the best service. They need the biggest system, and now I've done it both. Like, because now we're on $300, which is the highest payout in the country. And we're doing this huge smart home package. We used to never pay anyone out, but because of the technology, we have the ability to. And I hate 2 words in real estate.
What's that?
You can just guess only my 2 least favorite words in real estate. And you
2 least favorite words in real estate.
And they're single words.
Oh shit, man.
And they're everywhere. They're everywhere right now. It's pivot.
Oh, pivot. Okay, yeah.
Pivot and shift.
Yeah, pivot and shift.
Yeah.
Okay, I feel you on that.
So, now that people are pivoting and shifting.
Oh, yeah.
And I think we actually picked the right time to start paying agents as well, right?
Oh,
before we didn't. We just gave them the 6 free months.
This is going to feed their kids, man.
But we just lucked out on timing on this one.
Yeah,
so because we invested so much in technology, we have the extra money for the huge system and the extra money for the agent, and we've made it seamless on the app where you can get paid, boom, boom, boom. So it was luck. That timing was it wasn't on purpose, but because of the shift. And the pivot, we pivoted.
I wonder because the shift is here.
Everyone's running from something. so great.
Told you that was going to come in. Right?
Dude, so great. I'm going to give Paul credit for that because he said it one day on text, and me and Vic were like, "What are you talking about?" He's like, "It just sits out there."
Yeah,
and you're like, what?
Everyone, there it is.
So great.
All right, so. Give me a little bit of the story real quick, though, about the creation of this new app and this new system. Because I remember you talking to me very enthusiastically over some food, over some drinks, and how you, like the president of ADT, ADT Emperor, he was involved in shit. So, like, tell me, it's a cool story.
So we're the company that I'm running this program for is the #1 authorized dealer in the country.
Okay.
We are the best, the biggest. We're 44 states, I think 450 technicians.
Okay.
My owner came to me and goes, hey, I want to tell you about this. We're actively going to go out and go after realtors finally. And so we were meeting at Starbucks and Dr. Phillips, and he said, you have a lot of connections, and I want to talk to you. I might give you Orange County. And so I'm like, oh, okay, cool. And this guy's the beast. Like, this guy is the goat of goats. Guy sold Kirby vacuums door to door before he sold ADT door to door, and now he's running everything. Yeah. So I think it was like a weekend. I met with Jenny, and we worked on the MLM part of it. And I said, dude, I think we can scale the absolute shit out of this thing. And I said, and with the context that I have, and I'm on Zooms with the top Keller people in the country, like the top person, and they're thanking me for the opportunity to refer their clients and get on this program. Like, so they can't. So I told my owner, I said, hey, I think I can take this nationwide, and with very little effort. Now we went balls to the wall. Like, I got in front of it and went, and we didn't have the MLM part. Cause now, like, let's just say your whole office is watching this, of course. They all sign up on the QR code.
Right.
You can instantly go on the app. You can see your whole downline. You can see every single person that just signed up underneath you. And then when they sign up, you can see, like, so your agents can sign up other agents and make $50 per agent.
Right. Okay? And they're making that.
Yeah. They are making that. Yeah. So I got a little bit ahead of it. Right. And so I was just balls to the wall. And then we had to have the app built out, and you got to pay for that. And so it kind of lost momentum. And now we're doing relaunch 2.0. Like, we're ready to go.
What's that look like?
We got an awesome launch playbook. When I'm talking to either team leader, I have to figure out if you're a team leader, are you a Jenny where you're on top of everybody, right, or are you a Beth? So you got to figure out who.
These are like anagrams. Everyone can take a test. Oh, I'm a Jenny.
Are you a Beth? Are you a Karen?
Total Samantha. Yeah. I know who you're talking about, but yeah.
But I'm just saying, like, you got to figure out who's who and have the marketing material in play to launch. But we're looking to launch to a Facebook community of agents that has over 100,000 agents, and they want to be in. I'm not going to talk about it. And I'm very excited for where we're going with it.
That's sick, dude.
Yeah, it's the greatest program. And what I've told people is I'm gonna get them anyway, right? Yeah. I'm gonna get all your agents, Dan.
Yeah.
All right. They're gonna sign up with me. Why not have you introduce them to me?
Shit, yeah.
So, and also for the agents listening, your clients are gonna get security, right?
Right.
Why not monetize it? Right? Why not give them, why not save them $1,200 so they get a free smart home because they work with you?
Right.
And also, why not make $300? You want to use that for your closing gifts,
right,
or however you want to do that. I mean, there are some big teams that we're using that they're taking that money and just putting it for their client appreciation parties,
which quadruples down on the value prop of working with that agent.
Right.
Right. And so when you look good, because that's one thing that is like, I think one of the crux of this is that you position it, you don't show up as the shining hero in the eyes of the customer. You're still allowing the agent to be that person that is like, hey, I brought you this. I'm doing this for you in a sense, which is, I think, brilliant. Absolutely brilliant, man. All right, cool. So just because I have you here, and I mean, we talked about, we obviously, well connected. What's one of like the most like shit show craziest stories?
I just told you that guy was.
Besides that you've seen out there, maybe like a Hall of Fame or a recent, whatever you want to say.
In real estate?
In real estate, man. Like what's one of like the craziest, booms you had out there?
I was actually DMing with the broke agent earlier.
The broke agent.
Yeah.
Sick.
I sent him Ron the realtor.
RTRs.
Okay.
So this whole show is sponsored by RTR and also Yeti.
So anyway, if you guys, I'm the swag king. Ron calls me the ultimate hype man. If you get me real Yetis, I will take them all over the country and the world, and I will rep you. But you give me a trash Yeti, I'm not taking it anywhere.
Because we see people try to keep up with the Yeti flex, and it's falls short. No. It's like an off-brand, which I mean, okay, whatever. But I mean, like those, it looks different, it feels different, and the logos, like they're like this big on them. Like you can't show up with that shit.
Ron gives zero fucks about anything. So I was in Chicago last week, took my son to a Cubs game, and it's the first time at Wrigley. He's named after a Cub. It was an awesome weekend. But I said, hey, Ron, I'm going to take your Yeti, but you can't take these in.
Because it's aluminum.
So we were there, me, Paul, and Vic were there last summer, and I'm taking pictures in front of the marquee, all the pictures. And they're like, you can't get it. So we just left it right there. I'm like, I wonder who has that Yeti. So anyway, I said, Ron, I think he gives me 10 of these a year, at least. And I said, hey, I'm going to take this Yeti again. He goes, take pictures, throw it in the lake or the river. I don't give a shit. He said, I'll give you more. I don't care. He just wants the picture. So if you want good swag pics, I mean, I'm good for it on Instagram. I just need real Yetis. Trash Yetis don't work for me.
No. Yeah, there's standards. Okay, so
hold on real quick. And we get in. So I want a picture in Wrigley Field, right, with my son, with this Yeti.
Okay.
So we go in. I pull up like when we were waiting in line, and it said had some medical. So we were coming in. He's 10 years old, and I'm telling him like, hey, come in with it. He has it in his glove,
right?
And they're like, yeah, you can't have that cup. And I'm like, oh, I said, hold on. I said, he has an allergy. He cannot drink out of plastic. He has to drink out of that cup.
Brilliant.
Hold on. Let me get my manager. Came back. Take it in. I got pictures in the like. Oh yeah.
Only swag pic in the park.
In the bleachers, and then he caught a home run ball, and he got a standing 10 years old. Got a standing ovation, and
what a day,
dude. Yeah.
What a day to be your son, man.
It was the best trip ever. But a GOAT real estate store. I don't think you can get better than the guy breaking his leg.
I mean, that's bizarre shit.
And then Vic pulling his 911 call.
I didn't even know you could do that. Yeah. I mean, that's just public record?
It's a Freedom of Information Act.
Freedom of Information, but isn't it? I would think that like falls under like HIPAA or some sort, even though it's like not a doctor yet.
We had it 24. He put a request in at like 5 p.m. on a Sunday. We had it at 10 a.m. on Monday. It was gold.
That's bizarre.
Hold on, we got second gold. Lady calls. 911, we get both calls. She's like, there's some guy screaming from some ditch. So that's an even better call. And they're like, well, what does he look like? He's short and fat. And I'm like, whoa, okay, that's aggressive. And then she's like, well, did you go over? Is he okay? She's like, I'm a single woman. I'm not going over there.
Oh my God. So this dude just has his bone popping through it, like literal skin, right? And he's been just called short and fat. I mean, what it doesn't get worse than that. You're in a ditch.
He didn't even know about the second 911 call until we got it. It's gold.
Dude, if you're watching, it gets better. Holy shit. So that's crazy. Anything else?
I know. I would have got dressed up today and had Shay.
I think you look great.
I would have had Shay do headshots for me if I was.
Okay, so so we will get you some pretty cool reels on this, but we do one quick little behind the scenes shit. But yeah, Shay would have been a good move for that. Maybe we can stage it, right? I'll be in mid sentence at the base, and then we can.
I'm due because I'm looking. My old pictures I'm looking younger. It's the real estate industry. Put some miles on you. Me and Vic both talk about that every day. Rob says that me and Vic are aging in dog years.
That's a compound of 7 at least right there.
Yeah.
That's a polite thing to say.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, I feel you. All right. So I'll tell you what. So Justin, make sure we get Rusty here. We're number 1, the podcast Tumblr. Or no, Yeti. Okay. Yeah. Tervis, right? No. Right, and we'll make sure.
Dude, Turvis lost all market value. Man, they were killing the game, and then gone.
Oh my God, yeah. I mean, that's where it's at now.
In in defense of all the trash agents giving me trash Yetis, I wouldn't buy Yetis marked up. I would definitely buy Arctics or something like that.
In order to get the pick,
right,
it's got to be an official brand Yeti.
No, or a White Claw style koozie. I don't want to. No one. I'm not drinking a 12-ounce Miller Lite.
Okay.
If you get me 12-ounce, like get me a White Claw koozie, I'll take that anywhere. That's easy.
Okay. I mean, so as long as it's an official White Claw koozie, shape koozie, right?
Yeah.
Official Yeti.
Yeah.
It goes.
It goes.
It's going to go with you to places.
I'm talking to you, Chris Hardiman.
Oh, it's the Long and Hardiman boy group. Yeah, it rolls right off the tongue.
It does.
Just roll right off.
Long Hardiman.
Yeah,
Hardiman and Long. Hardiman and Long
could have worked very easily too.
Could have been a law firm too.
Yeah, it could have been very easy, but yeah, we went that direction with that. So Rusty, seriously, man, from the bottom of my fucking heart, thank you so much for being who you are in the industry. Thanks for being an OG in my life and my career here too. And one more time, just in case anybody's forgotten this sage advice yet, here's the truth.
Everyone's running from something.
With that said,
so
Rusty, do you want to give your information out there for people to contact you? Like, if
everything they need is on the QR. So if the QR is up there, they got everything they need.
All right, let's put the QR code one more time. There we go, right there in the face. Sweet, guys, scan that. It's going to be a cool thing for you, I promise. You get to work with this guy. He's amazing. He's a great extension, a part of all of your deals, like you mentioned before, Rusty. So thank you all so much for watching. What doing this on Spotify, SoundCloud, YouTube, whatever the hell it is. As always, thank you all so much for watching. Rusty, thank you so much for being number one on the podcast and in real life. And we'll see you guys next time as we play this original theme music of that Pacheco place. All right.